Leo, this is your week ahead tarot card reading by Born Without Boundaries Tarot. It's a message for Leo, sun, moon, and rising sign. There's an energy reading here. And this is an energy reading. So please take it where and how it resonates in your life. This is your message. And if you're not a Leo, but this message found you, it's definitely your message, because you'd only get it if it was you're calling it into you. Like you needed to hear it. And this always comes at just the right time, and this is where your message begins. So we started off with the King of Cups. Now, King of Cups is emotional stability. He's that sense of not just self-esteem, but a sense of I'm right with the world. I have balance inside of myself. I know who I am, and I'm self-contained, right? Not necessarily holding back your emotions, but sometimes it could be a representation of somebody holding back their emotions, but not necessarily because they're having problems, more because they have the confidence to know I don't want to share it with everybody. There's a lot of craziness out there, there's a lot of congestion out there, there's a lot of struggle out there, and maybe somebody's just being reserved and saying, I'm not going to get involved in that. I'm not going to get engaged with that. There could also be some sort of a lot of competition or a lot of pettiness as well. And then you show up in your own reading. Now, of course, this is the King of Wands, could represent Aries, Sagittarius, or Leo energy, or simply somebody who's very creative, self-empowered. This sense of, however, because they're competing, they're coming together, this could be the heart and the passions struggling or causing complications or going a little crazy inside themselves. So there's a stirring here. There's tumultuousness, but there is a sense of self-certainty, a heightened sense of self-awareness that is then stabilizing. So in other words, whatever was conflicted inside of you, whatever was, kind of driving you nuts or even challenging you externally, is now starting to stabilize. It's starting to become more comprehensive and more responsible. This sense of finally being able to get to a place of feeling secure with security itself. And being able to actually hold something, grab something, feel secure in something. This is stabilizing energy, self-assured energy, and a sense of certainty inside yourself. So that's where you start, and that's a really good place to begin. But I'm wondering, now this could be very good news. Maybe you were fighting something. If this is internal, you were struggling inside of yourself. You were fighting. It's like maybe you didn't want to feel something, or you didn't want it. And now everything is kind of, it's almost like you kind of gotten a hold of it. You've gotten a hold on something. You've secured something, whether it's that something that was coming from inside of you, like now you finally feel serenity with it, you feel secure with it, or if it's something that was coming external, there's that sense of leveling out and not needing, not feeling like you're in the middle of a storm anymore. This sense of finally maybe even finding peace with something. Okay, so let's move. Let's see, why is this message coming? Okay, so we have Taurus energy. This is Hierophant energy. So this is once again also stabilizing energy, a sense of something you want to maintain, or something that you're able to commit to, or finally getting a commitment. So that could also be as well, either being ready to commit to something or getting a commitment. This could come in the form of a contract. This could come in the form of a promise. This could come in the form of vows, right? A lot of times this is the marriage card, but it's just this sense of certainty and willingness to commit to something now. maybe you were struggling and you weren't sure, you weren't certain, right? But there's a certainty that's coming within this week, and it's got to do with caring about something, loving something. It's interesting because we did start out with the King of Cups, and then we went and we end up with the Queen of Cups. So there is that energy of caring and loving, nurturing and healing. So there's a healing that's happening here as well. Finally grabbing a hold of like, it's almost like embracing a more vulnerable aspect of yourself, embracing like admitting I'm in love with somebody, you know, or admitting that I care. And if for whatever reason there could have been a struggle, there could have been actually a struggle, just inside of yourself, a struggle, but it's almost like you're settling on the fact that these feelings are okay, and I'm really good with myself, and I'm okay with feeling this way, or I'm ready to open up and I'm ready to share. That's the very practical approach to this energy. This could be very, very much, this could be romantic energy. And it feels like if this is romantic energy, there was a struggle here. It's like somebody didn't want to admit their feelings, or somebody didn't want to, somebody, maybe they didn't know what they were feeling, or there was a lot of, you know, somebody had a lot of irons in the fire, there was a lot of competition here. But I just felt like there was just a lot of tumultuousness and chaos that's now turned into a sense of certainty and serenity, and being okay with feeling what you feel, or now being sincerely, like being sure of what you feel, right? And being okay with what you feel. This is being loved. This is feeling like being healed. I felt like there was been a lot of conflict with the two, with you lately, and so it's almost like that conflict is being resolved, or this is confirmation that conflict is resolved. So hold on. We got the Moon card. We got the Moon card. And we have step out of your comfort zone. So this is not something that's normal for you or usual for you, but it is almost like you're gonna take the bull by the horns here, because when you talk about the North Node, you're making a conscious choice about something. Show the world the real you. Full moon in Aquarius. Maybe you don't normally expose yourself this way. You don't normally open up your heart this way. You don't normally connect this way or take these kind of risks, and that could have been the struggle inside of you. But ultimately there is a sense of embracing that level of vulnerability, opening yourself out, doing what's best in general, and not necessarily being protective or defensive, even though this isn't normally what you would do, or even maybe a community or a group of people or someone you would normally connect with. The fact that this is coming up as Aquarius energy, and that's your direct opposite, is telling me that this is definitely out of your comfort zone. You know, it would be direct opposite energy from what you would normally behave as. And yet for some reason you're taking this leap of faith. You're making this decision. And let's see what comes of it. Let's see what comes of it. You hear the bell ring, the bowl. What is coming out of this? What is coming out? For some reason it's almost like you're saying, fuck it, why not? You know what I'm saying? Just fuck it, why not? Something comes up in the past, this sense of maybe making a decision too quickly, deciding too quickly, not considering something enough, or something being done with something, being finished with something being over with, okay? Something in the past. I think you had to let go of something that you held on to for too long, which is probably why now It's, disappointment in the past. It's almost like you learned from the past that you don't want to repeat the past, and you don't want to repeat the past. You don't want to miss out on an opportunity. You don't want to be overlooked again. So in some ways, this is an outcome of what you've learned, right? From like not wanting to have that happen again. Okay, so what is happening? We have the Ace of Wands here. So the Ace of Wands is taking on a new leaf, a new opportunity, a new chance. It's like somebody being handed you a baton, a new sense of personal authority, a new passion, being willing to take the initiative or start something, right? And feeling really good about that. It's like personal authority, something that you would fight for or you would want to fight for. This is Aries energy, so we have initiative. Taking the initiative. This could also be trailblazing. You know, it's like in starting something or initiating something. New passion, new desire, taking the initiative. And definitely it's backed by action. This isn't just thought process. This isn't just concept. This is actually taking action on something, and maybe even in some ways going it alone or being willing to go it alone. Like you don't have to be surrounded by other people or get other people's support. I just think this is taking initiative or being okay. Really being okay with yourself. This new sense of personal independence. You might surprise a few people. What is this that Leo's deciding to do? What is this that Leo is deciding to do? The Hierophant is here. So the Hierophant is... we have the Hierophant, we have the Knight of Swords. So you're willing to make a statement. You're willing to commit. You're willing to make a commitment. You're willing to make a broader commitment or a deeper commitment. You're willing to stake a claim or make a promise, right? This is almost like sign a contract, make a vow, out loud, like what you're intending to do or what you're planning to do. That's really interesting. Okay. Or it's almost like the energy of that you're seeing this reading because you're being told, do it. You've been thinking of it, right? Just do it. Let it be done. Like let yourself take that action, take the initiative, and stake the claim. Say like no. It's not about announcing something though. I think Knight of Swords is saying that you're serious about something, or being willing to put something in writing when it's accompanied by the Hierophant. Okay. Okay, we can do that. Let's see. We got the moon cards. Let's get an angel message. It's almost like now you're certain of something. And you could have been hemming and hawing about this. You could have been sort of fighting with yourself, like we said in the opener, struggling. But now it's like you're sure. There's absolute certainty. And you're ready to just know which direction you're going to go. You're ready to commit to that direction. So there's a level of certainty here. We have balancing masculine and feminine energies. So allow your feminine side to creatively inspire you and your masculine side to give you confidence. So you're finding balance. You're finding a sense of serenity and wholeness and completeness. And you're finding that. You're finding that stabilization in yourself. You're also finding that sweet spot of how much I give and how much I take, like the giving and receiving. And there's just this beautiful balance here about you that is appearing or showing up as self-certainty and wisdom. You're coming into like a sense of security. with a decision that you've been struggling with, or a situation that you were struggling with, and it's definitely been, you've been at it for a while, right? That you were at it for a while. Maybe you finally pulled the trigger on something. You're going to be ready. You're going to be certain about what the decision is. You're not going to need to think about it anymore, and you're going to feel really comfortable in the decision. It's like something needed to happen to get you to this point of either giving up on something that was wasting your time, or charging after something, going after something that is absolutely not a waste of your time. Whatever it is, this internal conflict is like the gift that's being given to you this week, is that the internal conflict is gone. And so let's see what comes afterward, Leo. Let's head on over to the extended. I'll see you guys there.